Hello! Welcome to Math City with Miss G. In this video, we are going to talk about division of complex numbers. Okay, so there are things that we needed to pay attention to. As you can see, watch out. I cannot be in the denominator of a complex number. If the denominator is a monomial, multiply the top and the bottom, and we are referring to the numerator and denominator by I. If the denominator is a binomial, multiply the numerator and the denominator by its conjugate. Okay, so you will need the conjugate to divide. So let us try and follow what this information is telling us. And by the way, this is number one. Okay, so the denominator is a monomial. It is a monomial. There is no operation, no plus, no minus. So it is a monomial. And it contains I. We want to get rid of I in the denominator. What do? We multiply the numerator and denominator by I. And that's what we are going to do right now. Okay, so multiply the numerator and denominator by I. What are we doing? We are simply multiplying the expression with 1. What do I mean by that? Remember, when we have 3 divided by 3, it is equal to 1. When we have x over x, it is equal to 1. So we are multiplying the expression 10 over 2i by 1. But it is of the form I over I. Okay, so let us perform the operation. Multiply straight across. So 10 times I is 10i, and 2i times I is 2i squared. Now, if you may recall, I squared is equal to -1. So that is what we are going to be doing. We are going to substitute the value of I squared with -1. So let's try and do that. So we have 10i over 2, and we replace I squared with -1. So this will turn out to be 10i over -2. And simplifying this answer, this will be equal to -5i. So as you have noticed, the denominator, which is I, together with the 2, okay, so we eliminated the I in the denominator. That was the goal. All right, let's try this again. Let's try these in problem number 2. So we are going to multiply the expression by I, because our denominator is a monomial. Multiply straight across. 4 times I is 4i, and 9i times I is 9i squared. We are going to substitute the value of I squared with -1. And then we simplify. Okay, so this would be 4i over -9. So we can't simplify 4i over -9. You can have this as your final answer, or you can place the negative sign in the middle of the fraction. So -4i over 9. All right, let us try another problem. What about a problem that looks like this? This time, our denominator is binomial. There's 2 terms, 1, 2, separated by a minus sign. What do we need to do? Let us recall what we were supposed to do. It says if the denominator is a binomial, we multiply the numerator and the denominator by its conjugate. Okay, so what is the conjugate of the denominator? So we take the exact number that we have, 4 and 5i. But instead of using the operation minus sign, we use the plus sign. And then we are going to copy that exact number, 4 plus 5i, in the numerator. So it's the same concept as the one that we did earlier. We're multiplying the whole fraction by 1. But it is of the form 4 plus 5i over 4 plus 5i. Now, what do? We are going to multiply the numerator. So I'm just going to label the numerator with top. We multiply the numerator together, so let's do it. So 2 plus 3i and 4 plus 5i. So let's multiply these two polynomials. So we've got 8, 2 times 4, and then 3i times 5i is 15i squared. And then the inner, so 3i times 4 is 12i. And then the outer, so you've got 2 times 5i is 10i. Middle term gets added together, so that makes 22i positive. So let's write our answer for the numerator up here. So we have 8 plus 15i squared. Let's write our the 22i first, and then the 15i squared. There's really no arrangement or standard form to write our answer. We're just putting them all together. We've got 3 answers. We've got 1, 2, and 3. We should have 3 altogether. Okay, so we multiplied the numerators. Now, guess what? We're going to multiply the denominator. I'm going to label it as bottom or denominator. You know what it is. Okay, so we're multiplying 4 minus 5i times 4 plus 5i. Let's distribute or using FOIL or box method. Okay, so let's multiply 4 times 4. That's 16. Negative 5i times 5i. That is negative 25i squared. And 5i times 4, that is going to be negative 20i. And 4 times 5i, that is positive 20i. So notice that the middle term are exactly the same, but positive and negative. So therefore, the middle term gets canceled. So we are left with 16. We are left with 16 and minus 25i squared. All right, so let's take a look at what we have so far. So we multiply the numerators, we have our answer. We multiply our denominators, and we also have our answers. Now, we are going to get rid of the I square because I square has an equivalent value. So we are going to write 8 plus 22i and replace the I squared. Substitute I squared with negative 1. So negative 1 as well as the denominators. So 16 minus 25 times negative 1. Let's focus our attention right here. Okay, so we have now on the numerator 8 plus 22i minus 15 over 16 plus 25. Okay, so simplifying our final answer, what can we combine? We can combine the 8 and negative 15, and that is equal to negative 7. We drop 22i, and the denominator is equal to 41. There is nothing that we can do or simplify at this time, and therefore we found the final answer. So let's take a look at the work that we have so far. Okay, and let us try this again in a different problem. So let's try this problem right here. So if I need you, if you could try problems number 4 and number 5 at this time. And we are going to compare our answers. So if you could pause this video and try it on your own. Welcome back. All right, hopefully you have tried answering these two problems. Let's start with number 4. So if you did number 4, okay, and you got -5 minus 12i over 13, then we have the same answer. For number 5, if you did try number 5, if you got 20 minus 3i over 29, then we have the same answer. All right. Hopefully you have found value in this video. If you do, please hit like and subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.